Hello and welcome. Today, in my newest video, I would like to show you how you can set up a Google BigQuery test account, how you can configure it for usage regarding a REST API, and also regarding what setup needs to be done to have a complete environment available with which you can deal with. Thank you. You can search, for example, to Google BigQuery. Then you will get the result in the first entry. Oh, let's switch to English. With this, here you see cloud data warehouse to power your data-driven innovation. And here with a try BigQuery free, you can click on it. Then you have to choose an account, which could be a new one or an existing one. I used my existing one and click access and now I need to type in some further information and also my address. And then in the bottom, you can click on Start Free. Now you see the setup will be done and your account will be activated. Okay, after accepting my payment, we will be prompted. At first, we need to define what company it is. Let's use other or a small company. Build, test, and proof. Let's use this build and test a proof of concept. Then let's use what fits best, data management, because we would like to do a replication flow and also some data analytics. I'm a data scientist and data engineer. Done. Now everything is set up and we can start creating the necessary steps. What we need to do next is to get the certificate of Google to use it further within the SAP DataSphere. You can do it by clicking on this small icon here. It depends on the browser. Then search for the certificate. It's valid. Go to details, select this GTS one and export it. Yeah, you see, please export it to CRT or PEM. PEM is a preferred one because we need this then afterwards. Let's save it under here. I did this already. Now we need to change this or rename it to PEM. Yes, we would like to change it. Now it's changed. What we need to do now is, let's jump to the project side. This is the project which is created initially. By jumping to it, we see all the relevant information. And what we need to do now is we need to create a service account for the connection from SAP Datasphere to Google BigQuery. You can do this by add people to this project site. You will be prompted on the right side, what would you like to set up? Let's use DSP BigQuery as an example. Now we need to select okay. I'm wrong. This is where we can grant access to new users, but we would like to create a service account. Go to the project side, project settings here, under the project info. You will be directly redirected to the administration side, where we can find here service accounts. Please click on it. And now let's create a new service account here. SAP DSP to Google BigQuery. Okay, we can leave it as it is. Let's use the same description. Or let's do it in that way. It's more. We can find it better afterwards. Okay. Now let's create and create and continue. Now we need to assign some roles to this specific service account. We would like to work with BigQuery. That's the reason why we need to assign roles for BigQuery to the user. You see, you can search via this filtering here, or you can scroll down to BigQuery. And what we need to do is assigning the BigQuery data viewer role. And of course, we need to add another one, which is the BigQuery user. With this, we are finished with this roles. Continue. This is optional, and we do not need to do further settings here. This is only optional. Okay, done. Now we see that this service account user is created. We need to adjust the user in that way that we would please know that we would like to use the REST API service and which is working with JSON only. That's the reason why I need to change the private key for the BigQuery user here to JSON. That means we can go to manage details for that user. And here we'll find all the relevant information for that specific user. Therefore, we need to add a key, a private key for the user. by clicking Add Key, create a new key in the JSON format. We can create this key for the user. And you see that the key is already downloaded and saved on my computer. Fine. This user is set up right now, and we can go further with the certificate which we downloaded before. Okay, after creation of the user and downloading the private key certificate, let's jump back to the SAP DataSphere. Additionally, what needs to be done to interact with the Google BigQuery environment, you need to activate the API, the Google BigQuery API. I will show you how to do it. Within the main screen of the console, you need to click on your project. After this, you will find some project infos here and also the section API. You need to step to the API's overview. And here you see which APIs needs to be activated. You can do it by the button at the top here, enable APIs and services. You click on plus, and now you can search for BigQuery. And then you get all the results. And the main one which needs to be activated is this one, BigQuery API. You see, I enabled this already. And if you do not have this enabled, you can enable it here on this section. This is essentially for using BigQuery with REST API. We can also do a try. That means within the Google API Explorer, you can start working with it. Additionally, after enable it, you can manage it. Okay, with this, we are finished with a Google BigQuery and all we set up, and also with the setup of the within the project, and now we can use it further. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching, and subscribe my channel. Bye. Additionally, I forgot to mention, and under the Manage button, you will find all the information regarding the API. You can also see the metrics, the quotas, the credential, and also the costs, which are consumed by you for this service. What you can do also to disable the API. You can see the quotas, the credentials, and also the costs.